Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Today, we're talking about when is the employee's job protected? And of course, different regulations protect the job differently. But we're really talking about just straightforward job protection today. So let's start at the top. And you can check out your Venn diagram if you printed that off. And we're talking about FMLA, ADA, workers' comp, pregnancy, and then your company's regulations at the federal level. So with FMLA, what job is protected? Well, your usual customary job or something substantially similar. You have a right to reinstatement if you have not exhausted FMLA, or once you have used the 12 weeks, if you're ready to come back, you have a right to reinstatement. Now, if you come back after the 12 weeks and you've completely exhausted FMLA, when FMLA ends, ADA begins. And ADA also protects your job. So this is a very important criteria. FMLA protects up to 12 weeks of leave per year. You can take that leave by the day, by the hour, or by the week, or even by the minute, because FMLA says you can take leave in the smallest increment time that you use for taking other leaves. So we're talking about when your job is protected. In addition, the employee must be allowed a reasonable opportunity to fulfill any course or renew a license, like phlebotomist, if it exhausted during their FMLA leave. So make sure you are considering that when you're looking at job protection once FMLA has exhausted. Now, FMLA military leave is the same criteria. But for FMLA military leave, you can get up to 26 weeks. So it goes beyond the 12. But your job is still protected. Now, ADA is a little bit different because the Family Medical Leave Act is a category of substantially similar jobs or your regular job. The American with Disabilities Act, with or without the pregnancy criteria, the Pregnancy Workers Fairness Act, is your usual and customary job, not an alternative job, your regular job. So if we have left your job open for you for leave as an accommodation because it's not an undue hardship, your job is protected the whole time you are on that ADA accommodated leave. We do not post it. We keep it available for you. That's the whole purpose of the undue hardship analysis, is to assure that you can actually continue to do that. And when they start extending their leave or requesting additional time off after the initial accommodation has been exhausted because the return to work date occurred and they didn't come back, now you're questioning how many more weeks or unpredictable time off would you be able to provide and not be an undue hardship. That's the ADA accommodation blueprint analysis, to really understand when you can make that choice, that you no longer can keep that job open because it's unpredictable when they're coming back. Or the amount of time they want now is just too long, and your clients, your employees, your operations are being impacted. And that applies to Pregnancy Workers Fairness Act also. But remember, we don't mess with pregnant women, and we don't mess with ADAers either. So please make sure you understand how to do a very compliant undue hardship analysis. Join us at our In the Trenches training in October. We spend a whole day focused on the ADA compliant blueprint. Join us in October. We spend a whole day on the ADA accommodation blueprint. What about workers' comp? Is your job protected? No, it's not. But workers' comp always runs concurrent with FMLA or ADA, and they provide job protection. We don't post a job under workers' comp unless we've gone through the FMLA and ADA criteria and we've applied those benefits as appropriate. Now, what about your company-specific policies? Well, irregardless of anything else, you are applying your company policies simultaneously unless it's protected by state or federal regulation. You may have union contracts that protect their job longer. You may have other policies that protect their job longer. But if you don't have a policy or a contract that protects their job, once FMLA has exhausted, And once ADA has been determined to be an undue hardship, their job is no longer protected. So thank you, everybody. I'm hoping this helped you understand some of the other nuances of what you're paying attention to with FMLA, ADA, and the other protected leave regulations. Have a great week. See you soon.